Greetings. Welcome to Spirit Knocks for Brooklyn Mosaic. So today I'm here to talk about people who seem to be dismissive or minimize what you are telling them as you go through this spiritual journey. Okay. How do we deal with them? So, for example, I remember saying to someone, yeah, I'm going through a spiritual awakening. Um, these are some of the things that I'm able to do during this awakening. And before you can even finish what you're saying, they're like, oh, I know somebody that could do that. Oh, yeah, I could do that too. Yeah, I'm intuitive as well. And I'm like, obviously, you're not completing your journey effectively, because if you were, you would know that no two people ought to be compared. You would know that it's not a competition, that what I'm telling you should be considered sacred and honored, right? Like, can I give you your shine while you telling me about your abilities? How about wow? How are you feeling about that? Does that scare you? Because I know when something such and such happened to me, I was a little nervous about it. Like, offer some constructive input, not, oh, yeah, I know somebody that could do that. Like, it's always this thing where the human side of people wants to make you feel like you're nothing special, right? And we are. We all are. Some of us are just tapped into it a lot more. So the deep part is they will tell you, oh, yeah, I know somebody that could do that. But ain't nobody saying, let me connect you to this person. Let me help you get some guidance, right? So don't be discouraged when you run across people like that, because you're going to find that the conditioning has people behaving that way because they don't want us to be tapped into who we really are. They want us to think we are small and insignificant, and what we can do isn't a big deal, because that keeps you in line. That keeps you following the sheep. Okay? So I wanted to talk about that because I have people approach me and I know they feel my energy, and I don't say anything to them. And they're very uncomfortable around me. Either they feel like they need to compete with me or they got to let me know they're present. And I'm just like, okay, I see you. And then when I give them their shine, they're shocked because I'm not threatened by you. It is no competition when there is no comparison. Okay? That's not what this is about. We all have our roles to play. And when you shine, I shine. Okay? And you should feel the same way about my journey. So I know when I started on this journey and I would go to people and be like, I'd be asking questions like, what happens next? And what do I do here? And do I need to find a teacher? And I'm trying to get in touch with someone. They would be like, oh, the answers that come from within. Or, the teacher will find the student. Like some real vague, Karate Kid type stuff. Come on now. Like, that's not what you want to hear when you start your journey. You're already scared, right? It's all new to you. You're eager to get information. I think it would be more helpful to say your answers are going to come from the places that you least expect. And it's okay to do your research, because you're going to research yourself to the bone till you tired and you realize, wait a minute, I've been looking on this computer all this time and the answer been at the end of my fingertips. Literally telling you the answers within. But you don't know that until you do your research, until you do your Googling and you talk to people and you start to find your tribe. Then the answers start to come, right? Things will happen to you as you start to connect in nature. Nature will be your teacher. I have learned more about intimacy and relationships, watching butterflies, birds, cows, and donkeys in the last 2 years that I've been here than I have in the 50 something years of my life. How? How is that? From something so small, things that we view as not important, have I learned this information? Because it's real. It's real, it's here, it's around us, and we don't even realize it. When you stop and really pay attention, right? And when I say stop, I'm talking meditation. I'm talking being in silence, detaching from social media. Get the information you need and then shut it down. Like I go offline all the time. I'm only back because I have these messages to give you all. But I disappear for periods of time because Spirit will tell me you need to shut it down. It's too many distractions. I can't get the information that I need to get to you. Right? Or you may be getting the messages, but you're not getting the message exactly the way that I need you to get the message. And so I will just get offline. And it's so relaxing when I do that. I'm not in no chat groups. I'm not on like if I'm on WhatsApp, it's off and on. I'll come on to respond to emergencies or business situations. But generally, I go offline 4 or 5 days at a time. And when I know people's energy is a little shady, I leave them with that energy because I don't have space for it. There are other times when I have time for it, but I don't have space for it in my journey right now. I even discovered that I really had to tell people to stop hugging me when I shut it down, because not only was the energy distracting from social media, but people forcing their energy on me when it's clear that I'm not a hugger. They'd be like, well, I'm a hugger. I'm a hugger. Okay, what does that mean? You're a hugger, so go hug the air. Like, you don't get to pull from my energy when I'm telling you that's not what I like to do. And especially when you're in that spiritual space, a hug is a different thing for us. It's not what it is to everybody else, right? Because we pull in the energy from those people that are out of alignment. They pull from us the energy that we need to reserve for ourselves. And so I've been very particular about don't want to touch everybody and don't want folks hugging me. And I've been able to verbalize that. Before, I would feel kind of bad, like, oh, you're being rude, you're being antisocial. People already feel like, you're the kind of the outcast, or you're different. Now you're going to do this. Like, you still be having that part of you that doesn't want to, rock the boat too much. Generally, I don't care, but I don't go out of my way to be nasty to people. And I felt like I would be being like really abrasive if I did that. So I had to find a way to do it and realize that, no, you're just protecting yourself. Okay, it's okay to do that. And so I've done that, and that's something that I've been firm with. And it was a little difficult at first because there are certain people that I do want to embrace when I see them, right? But I need to make it a general thing that it's not everybody, okay? Everybody don't deserve a hug. Everybody don't deserve to be touching you. No. I definitely was never that way with strangers anyway, but just acquaintances, no, we don't need to do that. Okay? So it's a little harder for some people to understand, but they'll get it. They'll get on board. They see you still paying them respect. You can, give them the bow. You can give them the little tap, however you choose to do it. I find if you do something that closes you off from the beginning, then they can't come in because you've already closed the space, right? Keep them away, keep them at bay, right? And if they keep coming, you might have to, give them an elbow. So that's how it works. So I just wanted to come and talk about that, about people minimizing your abilities or what you're presenting to them. Do not be offended by it because they don't know no better, quite honestly. One of my favorite sayings, when we know better, we do better. We know better, so we will do better. We will model what they should be doing so that they understand how to proceed. Okay? So I hope that is helpful to you. Proceed on your journey and be positive. Don't look for anyone else's approval, and don't let what anyone else has to say deter you from your path. Okay? Blessings.